I've been finishing chairs and other furniture now for 43 years, and a lot of that time has been with different wipe-on finishes. And with chairs, it wasn't that big a deal to just use a handheld rag and wipe the chair down and slowly build up a finish with super thin layers. But when I started finishing tabletops, I gave up pretty soon with oil finishes, and we brought in spray finish systems and started doing all of our tabletops with a spray finish. But when we moved to the smaller shop about a little over a year ago, we didn't want to set up a booth here. We wanted to go back to wipe on and just figure out a better way to do it. Having watched our finishers spray finish for a while, I just thought the reason that spray finish is so popular is because it's so easy to lay out a smooth coat. So why is it so hard to lay out an oil finish? Because we do it with a rag in our hand. It's like amazing that we're still doing that. So I thought, all right, we got to have a better way. And so I played around with different applicator designs and have settled on this one for now, and it's working incredibly well. What it has done is made it what is kind of a pain in the process of finishing to something that's just a real pleasure. It's super fast. It's not foolproof, but it's a heck of a lot easier. What surprised me is that, one, how fast it is, but also we're using less finish. We're not getting drips, runs, we're not having to sand areas back because they didn't look quite right, we didn't get the sheen right. It lays it out as well as spraying finishes, and it's actually faster an application method than spray finishing is. We've used it on a number of pieces of furniture, from table bases, tabletops. We haven't done chairs yet, but I look forward to trying it on chairs. I think we'll have to have a smaller applicator. So for the different pieces of furniture, you just have different sizes of applicators, and because these are so quick to make, you can make a pile of long ones and just cut them to length as you need smaller ones. So it's a real easy way to completely change your game in oil finishing or for any type of wipe-on finish. The figure on this cherry piece surprised me. I knew the piece was going to be beautifully figured, but the degree to which that figure absorbed finish just blew me away. It took like 4 times the amount of finish that I was expecting. But that's part of the learning curve, and you'll get a better sense of exactly how much finish it takes if you're using a measuring cup. Of course, here I'm just going Maverick and dumping it right out of the can because I had to move fast. When you've got a finish this absorbent, you've got to really lay it on thick so that you don't create a dry looking spot that will never go away. The perfect look of a first coat just never gets old. And one of the things I love about these wipe-on finishes, particularly the Minwax Poly, is it really saturates the grain. And look at the depth of that in just one coat. Here we're finishing a 10-foot long, 41-inch wide walnut tabletop. And I'm using a measuring cup so that I can start learning how much finish a table this size will absorb, and it's a little bit less than what you would use with a wipe-on, just rag and hand wipe-on. But the initial coat takes quite a lot more than subsequent coats, of course. But using a measuring cup and knowing how much I start with, I can start learning how much each type of wood is going to absorb. And I recommend that, not just splashing it on directly from the can, but using a measuring cup so you're learning exactly how much finish to have in your hand to get through the first coat and second coat. But we're stopping in the middle to reload, but if you'll watch the clock, it's, this is a 2-minute video, and from start to finish, we get this coat on, and it's perfectly laid out. That's one of the many beautiful things I love about this process and this tool, is that it puts on a coat that is so much more uniform that it allows you to build finishes faster because each coat can be applied thicker because it is so uniform. It helps to have a light raking across the piece too, so you can see exactly what your finish is doing. And we're wiping the ends. We're letting it run off the end as we end the stroke, and then we're wiping it off the end grain when done. This custom artistic hall table with the opening in the middle and a twisted veneer set of curly maple posed some different challenges than flat surfaces do, of course. And also it posed the challenge of me needing to not get finish on the Charust oak surface outside of the oculus. So I needed to be able to apply a thick finish with perfect control at the edge, and it really didn't take much effort. I'm not getting any finish at all on the oak, but I'm getting a perfectly uniform layer of finish on the maple. It was just really, really pleasant to do this without much stress. You know, the control of that foam backing the fabric gives me at the top edge of that lip, it was just fabulous. Our finishing videos that we've done with the tabletops that we're showing on Instagram and YouTube have generated a lot of interest in how to make this. So we put together a really nice instructional video on how to make the Boggs finishing wand. To get to that, go to our website, boggsbench.com/finishing wand, and you can find the video there.